everyone, going to be looking at some maths again today. So just start us off, we're going to be doing our fluency and we're still looking at number bonds using Numicon. So at the moment I have my Numicon pieces all the way up to 10. So we're going to do our number bonds to match these. So my first piece of Numicon, I haven't actually got anything because this is representing 0. So my first number bond starting with 0 is 0 plus how many more? 0 plus how many more? 0 plus 10 more equals my whole, which is 10, because we're doing number bonds 10. So 0 and 10 more. Fantastic. What is this piece of Numicon? Shout it out if you know the answer. This is a 1. Fantastic for those that shout that out. How many more do I need to add to 1 to make my whole, which is 10? So 1 plus how many more? 1 plus 9 more equals my whole, which is 10. You can see that? There we go. Fantastic. So systematically working again, so we've done 0, we've done 1, 2, 2 plus how many more equals 10? 2 plus how many more? How many more do I need to add to 2 to make 10? Shout out if you know the answer. It is 8. 2 plus 8 more equals 10. And as we can see, although the two parts of this whole is changing, it is still equaling the same amount. So this is 10 altogether, and this is 10 altogether, but they are just made of 2 different parts. So working systematically, we've done 0 and 10. We've done 1 and 9. We've done 2 and 8. Our next systematic number bond is going to start with 3. 3 plus how many more? Shout out if you know the answer. 3 plus how many more? 3 plus 7 more equals our whole, which is 10. Oh, need to flip that. There we go. So let's say our number bond so far. 0 plus 10 more equals 10. 1 plus 9 more equals 10. 2 plus 8 more equals 10. 3 plus 7 more equals 10. Our next systematic number bond is going to start with 4. 4 plus how many more? 4 plus how many more? Shout out if you know the answer. 4 plus 6 more equals our whole, which is 10. As we can see, these are still all the same size. What piece of Numicon is this? If you know the answer, shout it out. What piece of Numicon is this? This is a 5. So 5 plus how many more equals 10? 5 plus how many more? 5 plus 5 more equals 10. Oh, there we go. Let's have a look. Do they all look the same? Fantastic. Okay, so we've done number bonds starting with 0, starting with 1, starting with 2, starting with 3, starting with 4, starting with 5. Our next one is going to start with, what piece of Numicon is this? What comes next systematically? 6. Fantastic. 6 plus how many more? Well, actually, I already have a 6 piece over here, don't I? So I can look at this number bond and I can see that this is a 6 piece and it needs 4 more to make 10. So this 6 piece needs 4 more to make 10. Does this make 10? Yes, it does. Fantastic. Okay. What piece of Numicon is this one? Shout out if you know the answer. It is a 7. So 7 plus how many more equals 10? 7 plus how many more? I can see I've got a 7 piece of Numicon over here. So this is the fact family of this number bond. So 7 over here plus 3 more equals 10. So this means this 7 over here plus 3 more equals 10. Fantastic. What piece of Numicon is this one? Shout out if you know the answer. It is 8. 8 plus how many more? 8 plus how many more? Well, let me have a look. I have an 8 piece over here. 8 plus 2 more, because this is the fact family of this number bond. So 8 plus how many more? 8 plus 2 more equals our whole, which is 10. So all our piece of Numicon, all our number bonds are looking the same size. They are all looking the same as 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. So let's look at our next piece of Numicon. So we've just done 7, we've done 8. So the next piece of Numicon systematically is 9. 9 plus how many more equals 10? Well, actually, I've got a 9 piece of Numicon up here, and it's joined with a 1 piece of Numicon. So 9 plus 1 more. This is a fact family. This is 1 plus 9 more, and this is 9 plus 1 more. Our last one, I've got a 10 piece of Numicon. How many do I need to add to that to make 10? I need to add 0. So 10 plus 0 more equals our whole, which is 10. Fantastic. Okay, now your skill shop for this today is on the board. We are ordering these numbers. So you have some numbers here and some boxes to put them in, and I would like you to put them in order from smallest to greatest. So the best way to do this is to look at all your numbers and find the smallest number and put it in the first box, and then look at all your numbers and find the greatest number and put it in this box and work out in between. Or we can put the smallest number we can find in this box, and we know that the next number is going to be one more. So this one would be, which is my smallest number out of 9, 6, 8, and 7, which is the smallest number out of 9, 6, 8, and 7. Well, I know that if I look at my Numicon, if I look at my Numicon and I get a, what numbers was it? It was 6, 7, 8, and 9. I get 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I can see which is the smallest number here. Which is the smallest number? It is 6. 6 is my smallest number. So I'm going to put 6 at the start. What number is 1 more than 6? What number is 1 more than 6? Well, I know it's 7. 7 is 1 more than 6. What number is 1 more than 7? It is 8. 8 is 1 more than 7. What number is 1 more than 8? It is 9. So I've worked through by finding the smallest number and starting with that, and then finding what is 1 more each time. Okay, so today we're going to be carrying on looking at 2D shapes, but we're going to be using them to make patterns. So before we discuss what a pattern is, we're just going to check that we are really secure on what these shapes are. So these are our 4 2D shapes. Can I remember the names of them? Well, let's have a look. This shape here has 1, 2, 3 straight edges. If it's got 3 straight edges, that must mean that this is a triangle. Fantastic if you got that home. Triangle. Brilliant. Let's look at our next one. This shape has 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides, and all these sides are equal. So if it has 4 straight sides and they're all equal, that means that this must be a, shout out if you know the answer, a square. Square. A square. Fantastic. Okay, let's look at our next shape. So this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4 straight sides again. Are all these sides equal? Are all these sides equal? No. So if I have 4 straight sides, but they are not all equal, what shape is this? Shout out if you know the answer. It is a rectangle. Oh, writing with a mouse. A rectangle. Fantastic. Our last shape has 1 curved side, 1 curved side. So if it has 1 curved side, what shape is it? It's got no straight sides, it's got 1 curved side. It is a circle. Fantastic if you got that home. Okay, so we know that our 4 2D shapes are a triangle, a square, a rectangle, and a circle. Can we say those, please? Triangle, square, rectangle, circle. One more time. Triangle, square, rectangle, and circle. Okay, so we're going to be looking at making patterns today. So let's just think about what a pattern is. Well, a pattern is something that has a core and that can repeat itself. So we're going to make one together to show you. So I'm going to make a pattern. So I'm going to make a pattern using a square, a triangle, and a square. So this is the core of my pattern. This is the core of my pattern. It is a square, a triangle, and a square. So I'm going to then repeat this core to create a pattern. So I've got square, triangle, square. That is my core. And then it repeats. So square, triangle, square, and it's always going to be square, triangle, square. Square, triangle, square. If I did it again, it's going to be square, triangle, square. Let's have a look at another pattern. So this time I'm going to go triangle, rectangle, square. So I've got purple triangle, orange rectangle, blue square. This is my core. This is my core. So if I'm going to repeat it, I'm going to add a triangle, rectangle, square. Triangle, rectangle, square. So is my core triangle, rectangle, square, triangle, rectangle, square? No, that is my pattern. My core is the first part that before it repeats itself. So I know that this is the same. So this bit is the core and this is the core as well, but all together it is the pattern. So say the pattern aloud: triangle, rectangle, square. Triangle, rectangle, square. Identify the core. Well, I can say that my core is triangle, rectangle, square, and then we just repeat the core to create our pattern. So we want to repeat the core. Repeat the core. What's she doing, Miss Ayres? To become a pattern. Okay, let's have a look again. So this time I'm going to start with yellow triangle, red triangle, purple triangle. Is this a core? Could this be a core? Yes, this could be a core, because then I can repeat it like this. So let's just repeat this down. So where is my core? Let's try and identify where the core is. So I have here yellow triangle, red triangle, purple triangle. 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 So I'm looking for a part of this pattern that repeats. So the whole together is the pattern, but I'm looking for the repeating part. Well, I know that the repeating part is yellow triangle, red triangle, purple triangle, and then it starts again. So this is my core before it repeats itself again. Repeat, repeat, repeat. So this is my core and this is the pattern repeating. So let's have a look at creating another one. So this time I'm going to start with rectangle, square, triangle. Rectangle, square, triangle. Rectangle, square, triangle. Rectangle, square, triangle. So if my core is rectangle, square, triangle, what needs to come next? Rectangle, square, triangle. What needs to come next? Needs to be a rectangle and then a, shout it out, square, and then a triangle. Fantastic. So rectangle, square, triangle is my core. Does my core have to be at the beginning, or can I swap my core anywhere? Is this my core? Is this my core? Yes, that is my core. Is this also my core? Yes. And is this also my core? Yes, fantastic. How about this time? Is this my core? Is this my core? Triangle, square. Because I've got triangle, square here, and triangle, square here, and triangle here. Does that make this my core? No, because we know our core is going to go rectangle, square, triangle, rectangle, square, triangle, rectangle, square, triangle. So therefore we know that our core is rectangle, square, triangle, and then it repeats to create the pattern. Let's have a look again. I'm going to create some more patterns. So I'm going to go triangle, square, rectangle, make it extra big, triangle. So what do I need to do now? So I've identified my core. This is my core. What do I need to do now? So I've said the pattern aloud: triangle, square, rectangle, triangle. Identify the core. This is my core. Repeat the core pattern. So to create a pattern, I need to repeat the core. So I need to repeat the core. So have I created a pattern? Let's have a look. Triangle, square, rectangle, triangle. Triangle, square, rectangle, triangle. Triangle, square, rectangle, triangle. Triangle, square, rectangle, triangle. So what would come next? So I've done rectangle, this is my core here. This is my core. What would come next? So I've got at the end of this pattern. So I've got triangle, square, rectangle, triangle. So it's purple triangle, square, rectangle, red triangle. Purple triangle, square, rectangle, red triangle. Purple triangle, square, rectangle, red triangle. What would come next to start my pattern off again? Shout out if you know the answer. It would be a purple triangle, and then a square, and then a rectangle. Oh, we're not going to fit. And then a rectangle, and then what last shape is it going to be in my core? It's going to be a red triangle, because I've just copied my core again to carry on my pattern. So when you create your patterns, which you're going to do today, you're going to identify your core and then repeat to create your pattern. When you say, so identify your core, say the pattern, repeat the core to create the pattern. Oh, so here I've already got a pattern made. Let's have a look. I've already got a pattern made. So this is triangle, triangle, square. Triangle, triangle, square. Triangle, triangle, square. Triangle, triangle, square. What is my core? Well, I think it might be triangle, square, triangle. Do you think this is correct? Because here it goes triangle, square, triangle, triangle, square, triangle, triangle, square, triangle. So I can circle all of those cores. Is this correct? No, because these parts on the ends are left out. So I've not identified the right core. So this time I'm going to look again. I'm going to say, right, well, it goes triangle, triangle, square. Triangle, triangle, square. Triangle, triangle, square. What do I think is the start of my pattern? Well, I think it's triangle, triangle, square is the core of my pattern, and then it repeats triangle, triangle, square. Triangle, triangle, square, and triangle, triangle, square. Fantastic. Okay, let's look at this pattern then. So what do we need to do? We need to say the pattern aloud. It says in our success criteria, say the pattern aloud. So it's triangle, rectangle, rectangle, triangle, rectangle, rectangle, triangle, rectangle, rectangle. Okay, so said the pattern aloud, and now I need to identify the core. So you can maybe pause this video and see if you can figure out what the core is. Have a little pause and a little think and see if you can find the core of this pattern. Fantastic. Let's look together then. So it goes triangle, rectangle, rectangle, triangle, rectangle, rectangle, triangle, rectangle, rectangle. So I'm looking for the core that then repeats. So I can say there's a triangle here, and then a rectangle, and then a rectangle, and then it goes triangle again, and then to rectangle. So I believe that this is the core, and then this repeats. Are these three here then repeated here? Yes. Are they then repeated here? Yes. So is this the core? Yes. So this is the core, and this is the pattern. Fantastic. Let's have a look at another one. Let's look at this one. So here it goes. Triangle, rectangle, square. Triangle, rectangle, square. Triangle, rectangle, square. Triangle, rectangle, square. So make sure you say the pattern first, and then you want to identify the core. So I can say there's a triangle here, and then a rectangle, and then a square, and then it goes back to triangle, and then to rectangle, and then to square. So I know that at this point, when it goes to yellow triangle, when I say the yellow triangle again, that is where it's repeating. So before I say that yellow triangle again, I'm going to draw my line, because I know that that yellow triangle is repeating this one. So this is my core, and then this repeats. So triangle, rectangle, square, stop. Triangle, rectangle, square, stop. Triangle, rectangle, square. So I can see that the triangle, the yellow triangle, is the start of my pattern each time. And to repeat it is to create the core. Oh, let's have a look here. Rectangle, rectangle, triangle. Rectangle, rectangle, triangle. rectangle, rectangle, triangle, rectangle, rectangle, triangle. Okay, so I've said the pattern aloud, and now I need to identify the core. Well, I can see that my pattern is starting with a rectangle, and then a rectangle, and then a triangle, and then another rectangle, and a triangle. So I can see here we've got 2 triangles and 2 lots of rectangles. So here I think I have 2 lots of the core. I need to decide where the core finishes. So could it be rectangle, rectangle, triangle? So rectangle I think is the start of my core. So does that mean that every time I see a rectangle, it is the start of a new core, like this? No, so I think my core includes 2 rectangles. So 1, 2 rectangles, 1 triangle. 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 So 1, 2 rectangles and 1 triangle makes my core. 1, 2 rectangles and 1 triangle makes my core. 1, 2 rectangles and 1 triangle makes my core, and 1, 2 triangles and 1, 2 rectangles and 1 triangle makes my core. Fantastic. Okay, I would like you to spend some time drawing out patterns and make your own. So I've done some here to show you. Let me just take my screen share off. So I have had a go at drawing out some patterns. So here I have triangle, circle, square. That is my core, and then I've repeated it to create my pattern. Triangle, circle, square. Triangle, circle, square. Triangle, circle, square. Here I have rectangle, circle, rectangle. That is my core. I then repeated it to create my pattern. Rectangle, circle, rectangle. Rectangle, circle, rectangle. Here I have triangle this way. Triangle, triangle, square. Triangle, triangle, square. My triangles rotate. It's a bit of a tricky one. So triangle, triangle, square, triangle, triangle, square, triangle, triangle, square. So my core is triangle, triangle, square. And then I repeat that to create my pattern. Here I have circle, square, square, circle, square, square, circle, square, square, circle, square, square. So my core is circle, square, square, because that is the first part of my pattern before it repeats. And then it goes circle, square, square, and then it repeats circle, square, square, circle, square, square, circle, square, square. And this one is triangle, square, circle, triangle, triangle, square, circle, triangle, triangle, square, circle. Oh, it's a bit tricky, that one. Let's have a look again. Triangle, square, circle, triangle, triangle, square, circle, triangle, triangle, square, circle, triangle. Well, I can see here where there's 2 triangles, that there's 4 things on this side, a triangle, a square, a circle, a triangle, and then a triangle, a square, a circle, a triangle. So I know that these 4 are my core, and then it repeats. So triangle, square, circle, triangle, repeat. Triangle, square, circle, triangle, repeat. Triangle, square, circle, triangle. So these are my patterns that I would like you to have a go at creating at home. So I'd like 5 patterns creating. Create your core, identify your core, and repeat to create your pattern. And make sure you send us on this work, because this is your work to send in for this week. If you'd like to send in more work, that's absolutely fantastic. It makes us very happy to see your work. But this is the work you need to send in for this week to show that you're doing your work at home. It's been brilliant talking to you, Year 1, and I will see you later for phonics and tomorrow for some more maths. Bye!